Being authentic. And real. When Gerald and Monique and I had dinner last night and we were talking about our expectations individually and collectively and what they wanted from our time together and what I wanted from our time together, I said, my words to them over dinner was, I don't want you to be anything other than authentic when you're in here. You don't have to pretend because you've been through the course you know everything, or pretend to know less than you do. Like Teddy this morning, knowing what TTP and not sure if this is the appropriate time to share it. I don't need you to try and be what you're not. I just need you to be you. And if you're still petrified, then you are. So what? Then you will model to other people that it's okay to be terrified. And if you're masterful, then you'll model to other people it's really okay to be masterful. That's really all it is. Let's talk about it. You might have seen some people present. Second-hand car salespeople have a bad name, and some other people you might have seen present that struck you as not being authentic and real. How did that impact you when you thought, yeah, I don't know about that? Lack of trust. When you don't trust somebody, how likely are you to do business with them? Do co-ventures with them? Believe anything else they say now is now kind of tainted with, if he lies about that, then what about this thing? You guys, what does that do for the energy in the room when you start distrusting the person doing the presentation? You get it? Starting to suck energy out. You're probably starting to switch off, not interested anymore. When am I being done? Where's my phone? Where's my Facebook? Where's my next chocolate? All the other stuff that goes out of it. Credibility is lost. And even if this person is actually authentic and real, but comes across as disauthentic or dishonest in any way, you also see that the odds of them actually leading you somewhere kind of drops away. It's like, no, I'm not going anywhere with you, thanks very much. I walked in the Himalayas many years ago and I had a guide, and he was one of the sweetest, kindest people I've ever met, until we got to the really treacherous places. It was like, okay, so you need to take my hand and put your foot there, and I'm going to pull you up, and when I pull you up, you have to come or you will fall and die. That's it. I had to have that level of trust. And you know why I trusted him? Because he'd been up the mountain many times before me. There was his land. This is where he grew up. So even though I was terrified, I trusted him enough after a few days of just walking and talking and observing to take his hand and take the step, and clearly it worked because I'm still here. Let's take one more cost or downside of you. Let's make this about you. Let's forget about the audience for a while. What might have been the cost to you for not being authentic and real up there? Either because you're scared or because you thought you weren't good enough, you had to pretend. Let's even take it out of the presentation realm. Just in terms of relationships. With lovers or partners or friends or colleagues or peers or whatever, what's been the cost to you of not being real and authentic?
Well, you don't get what you want because it doesn't land with the other person. So.
Okay, when you're trying to be someone else, putting on the mask, it can't really land because it's not even you. It's not authentic and real. What else has been a cost to you personally of not being authentic?
Intimacy.
Yeah? How? Intimacy goes out the window. And Teddy, what did you say?
No, it doesn't land.
It doesn't land, right? Can't land.
You don't get what you want.
Yeah, don't get what you want. Now, is it also true that even when you're authentic and real, you don't always get what you want either?
Yeah.
But at least they're getting you,
Yeah.
the real you. Yes. I talk about this in some of my other courses. We often, I don't know if times are changing, but certainly in my time, we were taught children not to be so full of themselves. So you have to kind of tone yourself down, not be you in order to not get punished, not get hurt, or to get loved. It's kind of a real, and then we wonder why the use of antidepressants and suicides are both rising faster and faster and faster and faster. Well, how can it be any other way? When you deny yourself your authentic self-expression, what do you expect? How can you not have depression or cancer or both? It's virtually impossible anything else. When you keep denying your life force and your energy and your passion and your love and your authenticity and shut it down for whatever reason, how can you ever expect yourself to be truly happy? Let's take on the upside. What's the upside you think of being real and authentic for the audience? Let's start there.
Energy, high energy.
Why would that be true? Why would there be a higher energy when the presenter is real and authentic?
Because you're not suppressing who you truly are. Confident.
Go tell them it's fine, they can play music. They asked us earlier how long the music would be because it was loud. Good. So true self-expression must bring higher energy. And do you also see when I don't need to use my energy up to keep my authentic self at bay, and I have to use energy to pretend to be someone else, some of that energy is lost. I don't have that energy anymore just to connect with you and just be here. There's a price. There's nothing wrong with wearing a mask. We all wear masks from time to time. And we also take on different roles. Right now, I am a presenter and a teacher and a trainer and a mentor, so I'm different. My partner sees, or partner I had, would see other parts of me. Yet my mother sees another part of me. My sibling sees another part of me. My clients see another part. So for me, that's a natural way of self-expression. We're not talking about that. We're talking about thinking that parts of you are not okay here. You will see the whole range. You'll see the confidence. You'll see the self-deprecating humor every now and again. The, oh my goodness, how could I forget that? The humility, the arrogance. You will see the whole spectrum. But pretty much what you get is me in this moment. So higher energy, true self-expression. What else? What's the benefit of being real and authentic? Sally? And how does that make life just a little bit easier? Because you don't have to remember anything. You can just be you. How's that? Sounds so easy, right? And often it is with presenting. Sally, what did you say? The phrase?
Don't have to pretend.
So when you don't have to pretend, this is a facilitation question. When you don't have to pretend, what can you do instead? How's that? And you see how that's different energetically? I don't have to pretend. I don't have to pretend. I don't have to pretend. Kind of feel what that feels like. And I can be myself. I can be myself. I can be myself. It's a whole different thing. And what we do when we facilitate people, we want them to focus on the change that's happened as opposed to what's no longer there. Because when you focus on expands. So the more Sally would focus on, oh, I can be myself, it's more attractive than I don't have to pretend anymore. Sometimes we have to go through the pain to get there, but that's a facilitative question. So be yourself. And when you start being yourself in a skillful way, and it starts working, and the audience, most of your audiences, most people in them respond well, then can you see how your confidence will go up, and you might start introducing even more fun and take more risks and be more authentic and more real, and the energy would go up and it would be more unusual and more original, and all the other keys just kind of goes up that way. It's such a no-brainer. It's actually embarrassing how simple this stuff is, right? Once you know it.